Everybody, welcome back. Got a pretty good sized shipment today from RTG Parts. If you guys saw my last video on the parts that I got from Centerfire Systems that shows some of those black HK stocks that were essentially stripped, what I have in here today is basically to complete said stocks and make them into a set of black stocks if I want. Still kind of on the fence what I'm going to do about everything. However, what you're going to see in here today is a G3 German surplus stock set for, obviously for the HK. With the recoil assembly, those were $34.99. There's also 3 of the HK21 rubber butt pads, which will fit the G3 and PTR 91. Those are $40 a piece. They weren't cheap, so that cost me about $120 for those rubber recoil pads or butt pads. There's also one G3 stock with the recoil assembly for $20. That was in used, good condition. There is a G3 wide handguard, black wide handguard in here, the AC Unity, and I believe, well, we're going to find out about that in a minute. Then there's also one rubberized HKG3 cocking handle. Anyway, that handguard was, I don't know if I said it or not, that was $79.95, and of course the cocking handle was $10. So I spent a lot of money on parts, but that's fine. I'm always a firm believer, get the surplus cheap while you can get it, because eventually it does dry up, and then if you need it, good luck finding it, because that is not a good scenario to be in, and I've stated that before. So let's see what we got. I'm gonna make sure my pesky packing slip isn't about to rear its ugly head. I'm going to pull this stuff out of here. Ah, there it is. I'm going to set that off to the side. Let's get into the rest of this. I have to do a little bit of rearranging here for a moment. Let's get all this out of here. And I'll show you guys what you can expect to get from RTG. Alright. Wow, these parts look really nice. Okay, so for starters, I wanted to get some of these black rubberized butt pads because I got those black stock sets, which are stripped and have no rubber butt pads. But these, boys and girls, are brand new. Super nice. Look at that shiny black paint. Super nice rubberized butt pad for those black stocks, once again, that I got from Centerfire Systems. I've got 3 of them in here. They all look about the same. I mean, very nice looking. 0 complaints there whatsoever. So let's set that aside. Let's check out that AC Unity stock. I've always been curious to see how nice their stocks are, because these wide ones are almost non-existent for the HK platform. Now, one of the nice things you will notice is this does have the heat shield inside. Additionally, it's got your quick detach sling loops, or sling attachment points. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that's for the bipod. You guys can correct me in the comments section down below, but of course you can see the AC Unity logo here. That's actually a really nice handguard. That thing's comfortable. I mean, it's huge, but it's nice. So, for what I haven't showed you guys yet is I do have, you will see the video come out, I do have a PTR 32 chambered in 7.62 by 39, and that might be what this goes on. I'm not really sure yet. I've also got a Century C308 on the way that I liberated from a gun shop in California, or in Colorado, before they passed their sweeping gun control measures. Anyway, let's take a look at that surplus stock. Looks really nice. Now, most of you guys will notice that those Portuguese ones that come in are just severely worn right here. So if you guys bought a CA3 from Atlantic or somewhere else, and this is just worn all to you know what and back, here's a viable option. I mean, like I said, let me reference my trusty cheat sheet over here. Like I said, these stocks are $20, and it's just a really nice way to spiff up your CA3 if it's got a very worn back plate here. So that's pretty nice. Looks good on the inside. You know, a little bit of scuffs and stuff on the plastic butt pad there, but that's not a big deal. Very pleased with that. Let's get that bag out of the way. Let's check in here. So I did want to see this entire stock set, just to see what you get with an entire stock set. I don't anticipate it being quite as nice, just because it probably came off of a rifle that was in service. There's that green grip. Just got some nicks and dings and stuff. That's expected. Let's get the slim handguard out of here. Every bit of this is like sealed. Which I'm not complaining, it's just kind of funny. Of course, it does have the heat shield. Just decent looking in my opinion. I mean, perfectly serviceable and usable. Let me set this to the side, and then let's get that butt pad or stock with the back plate recoil assembly on there. That side looks, I mean, actually it looks really nice. There's a little bit of a scuff here, some scuffs here, but I mean, looks great. So guys, if you're looking for a viable alternative, if you've got one of those Century CA3s, it's got a rough looking back plate with the stock, or you got a rough looking handguard or whatever, this is a great option. Go back to the beginning of the video. I want to say this was like 40 bucks right here, and you can really spoof it up some, dress it up, make it look nice. But these are, I'm really stoked about these. Those are cool. Man, those are so nice. Nice, just beefy rubber for those black stocks that I got from Centerfire Systems. I will definitely be putting those together. Really cool stuff. So, just wanted to share this with you guys today. Give you some options and alternatives for your roller delayed rifles, especially those of the Century Arms variety, the PTR variety, or HK variety. Oh, I almost forgot, because it's taped to my packing slip. Bear with me. Fighting tape. I just cut through my packing slip. So on the PTR 32 I bought, it has an HK G3 cocking handle. Mine is missing this rubberized section here. It's very very unforgiving on the fingers. So I bought this, and like I said, you guys will see that in a later video. So I bought this cocking handle to replace the one that's on my PTR 32. I do know that it uses an HK91 cocking handle, so this will work just fine. I want to say PTR or HK Pro, actually. HK Pro actually sells these that are also extended. I may get an extended one just to have it, but those are pretty cheap. Just wanted to share this with you guys today. Give you some options, especially for those of you that have the CA3s or that have some C308s and you want to dress it up. Really good way to do it. Just bear in mind, guys, make sure you stay 922R compliant. Honestly, I don't like it just as much as you guys don't like it, but you know, it's not worth getting in trouble over. So just bear that in mind if you're going to be swapping parts out. Just something to consider. But as always, big shout out to my subscribers. Big shout out to everyone for your likes, your shares, your comments. You guys always help out the channel, help out the algorithm, and I can make at least a little bit of cash to help offset my insane investments into these parts. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you guys have a great day.